Welcome to McDonald's Coach's Bench, only on Mix 104.1. Terry Evans along with Coach Marty Wheeler. And we want to take a moment and thank Dale Halfacre and the entire staff at CHS Live for helping us each week. We are able to do this program in their studios, their brand new studios. That's better than TV stations. And so we appreciate their help very much. Coach Marty Wheeler, a big congratulations. Great win last Friday night. You beat McMinn, a longtime rival. Your defense from the kickoff to the end of the game, I mean, I haven't seen defense like that in a long time.
I mean, we couldn't ask much more, I don't think, out of our defense for the entire ball game. You know, I mean, we've had some times where we've played well in spurts, but I think probably at Cleveland for a long time, that's probably one of the best or better defensive performances has been turned in around here in a while. I give credit to, Coach Barger, our defense coordinator, and, Coach Highbarger, Coach Wood, Coach Miller, myself. Well, I can't take any credit.
We're going to throw credit in.
No, I want to take credit.
You've got those defensive ends this year.
I give them a hard time about it, but no, those guys do a great job of getting our guys ready to play every week, and it paid off. Our guys, I thought we tackled much better.
Yes.
I thought we got more folks around the football, and I don't know, I can't for sure how many fourth down conversions we stopped of McMinn's, but it was more than maybe I've ever been involved with, and to see our guys continually stopping them, when they want to go for it on fourth down, in the field position, based off them going for it on fourth down, it was really great that we stopped them. But a lot of times it put us in poor field position. So, we lost the battle of field position the majority of the night, and our guys really proud of the way they just continue to fight and believe, and really, you could tell our guys felt like it somehow at some point we were going to make a play and win the ball game, and that's what we did.
All 11 or ever how many you played on D throughout the game worked great. Absolutely great. And you mentioned the tackling a while ago. My partners and I brought up a bunch of times during the broadcast, Cleveland was not missing a tackle. You weren't coming up empty and just tackling air. I mean, very, very few, if any, missed tackles at all.
Well, I say it every week that it's the game will come down to, most of the time, whoever blocks the best and who tackles the best. And, we and our guys, I think, would agree, our players, we tackled poorly week one. When we had the opportunities to maybe keep them out of the end zone, we just didn't do a very good job of tackling. And I think, it goes back to the way we practiced, that week from a tackling standpoint. And, our guys, there were some licks passed out there. I saw our guys be physical, and I always enjoy watching them be physical. So it was, from a defensive standpoint, it was a lot of fun to coach in a ball game like that, and I think our guys had a lot of fun playing in it.
In this age of throwing the ball so many times, everybody spread offense, trying to make the field from one end to the other, trying to have somebody there spread the defense out all they can, and all the stuff that's done in football this time and age. I loved a defensive game. I hadn't seen one in a while, I tell you, but to me, it was very exciting. It wasn't, everybody running to the end zone scoring 50, 60 points. To me, a good old-fashioned defensive game took me back a few years, and I enjoyed the heck out of it.
I think that's what I said after the game. It was, it was an old-school football game, and it has been a while since I've been in one like that, I know people come to the game, what it's the saying that, scoring our offense by sales tickets, and I tell you what, but defense wins football games. And so
yes.
We were pleased with the way we played defensively. We want to continue to do that and improve on that. And, hopefully this Friday night that we're going to continue to play at that level defensively. And when we get our opportunities on the other side of the ball, we're going to cash those in as well. So really pleased with the effort out of our defense, but also just the way our kids were resilient about, they had played so well on defense for so long. And then, I mean, you got to give McMinn credit. I mean, their guy comes in and kicks a 49-yard field goal that, was no doubt it was good.
Right.
And we get behind 3-0. And what I was really pleased was is not to see our guys panic or our guys to drop their head, but to continue to play. We had to stop them again, down 3, and then, we needed to find a way to get points on the board, and we were starting to run out of time, and we found a way to move the football, and then when we felt like we could take a chance or a shot, we did, and the execution was exactly the way you want it done.
Absolutely. Cleveland wins at 6-3 over McMinn. Tonight, 7 o'clock for the kickoff at Bear Stadium, so be there early. I know most times people are accustomed to 7:30 kickoffs. Tonight, it's a 7 o'clock kickoff at Bear Stadium. We want to take a moment and thank Mark Smith and everybody with the area McDonald's restaurants for bringing you Coach Marty Wheeler and Coach's Bench on Mix 104.1. We'll take our first break and be back in just a moment. Coach Wheeler, let's talk a little bit about offense. The pass last week from Drew to DJ, perfect pass, perfect route, and all he had to do was not step out of bounds as he went down the sideline.
Sure, it was. We felt like that play was there. We talked about it at halftime. We had ran the quick game out there. The entire first half, we had some good plays with it, and they did a good job of defending it as well. But we talked about at halftime that that play was definitely there, and I almost was getting a little bit impatient about whether we were going to run it or not, and it worked out well for us. But the thing about what I'll say is if we can give Drew time to throw the football, he's going to put it on the money most of the time, and we got guys that can catch it. Our biggest problem right now offensively is we move the football up and down the field, consistently. We'd like to, we're not getting any points out of it because we are at some point in the drive doing something that's an unforced error, right, that puts us behind the chains. And, offensively, we don't want to be behind the chains. We need to win first down more. And we need to get ourselves in third down situations that we can convert instead of third and longs. And I don't really know a lot of offenses that are geared to play behind the chains anyway. And so, we've really tried to correct those mistakes. The fault starts. That's a lack of focus. There's no reason for no excuse for that, right? Now, holding penalties that we're getting, sometimes that may be the issue. Sometimes I don't know. My thoughts on holding and maybe the officials are not the same. They never probably have been. So, but self-inflicted wounds, we've got to put a stop to that. You're not going to win football games continuously making those type of mistakes. So we need to clean up those type of things. And there's a couple times Friday night where I felt like we had the play, the way it was designed to be blocked. We had it blocked and we didn't make the right cut, or we didn't read the block correctly, and you got to be patient with some of the stuff that we do as a running back, and you can't get, if the play's designed to go between the tackles, and we're not blocking folks out here where the wideout is, so we got to stick to what the play is designed to do, and that comes with just more game experience, and so hopefully tonight we're going to see our guys do it.
Absolutely. Micah Jordan more involved with the offense last week. Glover Jan comes up with a big catch coming across, and so plenty of weapons on offense.
Oh, there he is. I mean, we have some guys on the perimeter that if you can get the football to them, we block. People think that we got these guys on the perimeter, so we just throw it out there to them, and then there they go. Well, you got to block on the perimeter as well, and we've worked on trying to improve our blocking on the perimeter.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is you got to block them, and that's really where out there is where everybody can see if you don't move your feet correctly and you reach and grab or try to hold a guy, that's going to get called every time. So we've got to improve our blocking on the perimeter as well as in the box. But offensively, we do got enough guys in the skill spots to stretch defensively, horizontally and vertically, right? And so we want to be able to do that. And Micah did have I think 2 or 3 nice runs. One, I think he maybe barely got out of bounds, but if not, he probably scores. But you're right, Glover came up with a big catch. You got Rodney who's always out there, and he's got a chance to make plays, and DJ made some plays. And so Lucas Zaborski had a nice night.
Yes, he did.
He adds another threat to the passing game for us. So, biggest thing is like I said, it's execution and cut the mistakes out. And I think I think we'll have an opportunity to get points out of some of these drives when we're moving the football. But it always will start up front.
It always does. We'll be excuse me. We'll be back in just a moment and wrap up this broadcast. It's brought to you by McDonald's Restaurants, Mark Smith, and everybody at McDonald's. We'll take a break, come back, and wrap up Coach's Bench with Marty Wheeler in just a moment. Coach Wheeler, such a rival game tonight. Goes back to day one between these two schools, a rivalry for years and years. How do you keep them from exerting all their energy before the game?
Well, I mean, I'll be honest with you. The longer that we do this, it's not near as hard as it might have used to been.
Good.
Because I worry about how much energy they got to begin with. I mean, it seems like it's they've been working a 12-hour job some days when they get out to the practice field. So, but at the end of the day, our guys, I think they understand that it's they understand who we're playing. They understand the game, but like I told them, I mean, it's big because it's our first region game of the year, and everybody wants to get off to a great start in the region. But games like this, I mean, I've already told them. I mean, it'll be you know what kind of atmosphere it's going to be. I mean, it's the kind of atmosphere that I think that why you should play football,
exactly,
and why you coach football. It's a very big time environment. A lot of folks are, there's a lot of people there, and it's as good a high school environment as you're going to run into. And so what we need to do is focus on what's going on in between the lines and not what's going on outside the lines. And we've got to be physical. We've got to be coachable, and we've got to do our job. We don't need to try to do more than what our job is, right? We don't need to try to do things that we don't ask you to do. We just need you to do what you do. Your job is, and you need to do it very well. And you got to take care of the football. And when you're able to cash in on opportunities, mistakes maybe by the other team or plays that we get open, we've got to execute those and make them pay. And so if those things happen, I think at the end of the day, the ball will kick off at 7. And it'll be a football game, and the team that blocks the best and tackles the best and makes the least amount of mistakes is going to win the game. But it'll be a great environment for both sides. And like I said, this is why you coach, and this is why you play football.
Coach, the Bears come in with a pretty good squad. They are noted for their defense. They have weapons on offense. You're looking at a pretty good team on the other side.
I mean, they do. They have weapons all over the field, and defensively they're going to be aggressive. They get after you, and I've always said that they're very well coached, and they're not. I mean, this game here is on a different level of wanting it. I think on both sides, and so the biggest thing is we can't let that affect the way we play, right?
Yes.
And so they have a good football team. And they know how to win. I think last week was an example of how they found a way to win that football game. And so we're going to have to beat them. They're not going to beat themselves. And it's a challenge, but I mean that's what we do this for. I mean our guys should be fired up and looking forward to a challenge. I know our coaches are, and I know our fans want to see us come out on top. And I'll assure you they don't want to see it any more than I do.
I'm sure of that. Looking for a lot of blue on the visitor stands tonight down at Bear Stadium. Please be there, support the Blue Raiders. Thanks for listening to Coach's Bench with Coach Marty Wheeler on Mix 104.1. Terry Evans saying, Go Raiders.